Hey Aries, how are you? How's it going? I'm Eriu and this is Eriu Tower Readings, and you, my lovelies, you are very welcome here today. First of all, a few things. One, I hope you had a fantastic Easter, one of my favourite holidays. I absolutely love it. Two, we're doing something slightly different this week. As you can see, I've already pre-shuffled the cards and selected them for you, or the cards selected themselves really. And I've done this because a lot of my readings are quite heavy on exploring the self, understanding the self, and then letting energies move through you and around you. And so rather than overwhelm you with that much information every week, I thought I'm going to give a simpler weekly reading. So what this does is give you a really quick and clear indication of your week, but on top of that, it allows those heavier energies that we previously spoke about, it allows them to evolve. And for some of you, it allows them to kind of disintegrate as well. So I thought this would be better. I think this is good. And I don't want to bombard any viewers with a lot of content because that's just not my gig. I don't want to do it. So here we are with this weekly reading for you for the 17th to the 23rd of April 2017. One more thing. Okay, so you guys, I do this weekly obviously, and I have a few other jobs I do. But I was wondering, would you rather have a bi-weekly reading or a monthly reading? I say that because I talk a lot. Did you notice I talk a lot? My spreads each week are actually taking longer and longer to shoot and edit. So I thought rather than just do that weekly and, as I said, bombard you with a lot of information, why don't I really take it properly and something that's more solid? So, as I said, would you prefer a bi-weekly or a monthly reading? Do let me know. Write it in the comment section. I'd really love your feedback, and then I can go from there what we're going to do, okay? For now though, until I really get a lot of the feedback properly, this will be kind of the last weekly reading. For now, don't worry, I'm always around. I am everywhere, I'm always watching. So guys, as I said, let's get to your reading. This is April the 17th to April the 23rd. 2017, almost finished in April, my goodness. So your very first card, the start of the week, the middle card is your midweek, and the final card is the end of your week. Right, let's kick into it. I shuffled for you and meditated, and what popped out for me was, funnily enough, your first card, which is the Justice card. I put it back in. I said, hey, I might see you in the spread or I might not. And it said, oh yeah, Eriu, you definitely will. So here's your first position. Justice, lovely major arcana, represents Libra. Represents contracts, legalities, partnerships, and at times relationships, but it's more so the contracts between those relationships and sometimes the formation of these relationships. Also can mean balance. We have this lovely lady who holds her balancing scale and a sword in both of her hands, so she's very much about weighing out the pros and cons of things. But also, as I always say, as an air sign, she holds that sort of truth. She knows how to use it. She's not as flippant as the other air signs when it comes to it, because she is a major arcana, but she knows how to use it. So here's the thing. You guys were really struggling last week. Like, some of you were just like, oh, I could not be bothered. Forget it. I give up. I don't want to know. This card is really nice here. Why do I say that? I say that because she's also about bringing justice or giving the just desserts to something or someone. Now, I don't want to full on say that it's revenge. It's not. But in a more of a way, it's karma. And karma, for me, is a really big thing, and I believe in it quite a lot. You got to be careful what you put out in the world, because you may get that back. Now, however, for you guys, I know this is the opposite, because you guys were getting a whole load of stuff just thrown at you, and it wasn't nice, and you felt like you were stuck in a rut. And I remember, don't worry, she's coming in now to kind of save the day a little bit. She's like your knight in shining armor. She's saying, no, look, I get that you've worked your ass off. I get that you feel stuck, and I get that life at the moment isn't moving the way you want it to, and that you may have been in this sort of energy for quite some time. She says, I get it, and I'm going to help you out with that. But what you have to do is allow her to do that, okay? I know, Aries, you like to take the reins, you like to be the one in the driving seat. But this time, now that you've had all that, like, heavy stuff on you, say, do you know what? Cool, Justice lady, you can do that. You take the reins and you give me what I may need, and you give others what they may need. Really cool. I'm glad that this is here and that she's on your side. Midweek, very second card, what have we got? We've got the Death card, another major arcana. do not be frightened. I really like the Death card. Call me odd. I really like it because to me, the Death card is like a supernova. And whatever dies, something else can be born in its place. And I know we're quite far away, but if you can see that the dawn, you can see the dawn is coming up in the middle right hand section of that card. It's coming out of the darkness. So again, it's that idea of something needs to die out of the darkness, but out of the darkness something beautiful can be born, this light. So Aries, you may be in a very big transition period at the moment. This is why you're feeling all that heavy energy and why you felt it last week and why you felt like things just weren't moving. In the previous weeks, I remember you guys getting the Ace of Swords and you were very much like Leo. You guys were trying to find your truth. You were trying to speak your truth and kind of live in a way that isn't your default setting, you know? Live in a way that's in a way that you don't always approach things, approaching them with a different state of mind. So for you guys at the moment, this is your midweek, you're going to feel a huge change coming. But what I like is that the Justice Lady is in there with Death. She's going, look, okay, I got this. I'm going to give justice where it needs. I'm going to give balance and truth where it needs. But at the same time, there will be things that will come out of that will die off. And Death card, that's you. He says, no problem, I got this. And he'll take care of that. And boom, you've got this beautiful shining light. So this will happen to you midweek. Do not be afraid. And like anything, Aries, just let that wash over you. Like you really have to. These energies, especially the Death card, comes in hard and fast sometimes. And it can knock you over. But now you know. Now you know this may be a thing that's coming your way. You can anticipate it and you can let it just wash over you. Or bypass you. Well, not really bypass. It's going to come in hard and fast, you'll know. But I like it. I think you'll agree. It's the idea of the supernova as a nice idea, yeah? And not as threatening. Okay, so your third card, what do we have? Ace of Swords. Well now, I told you not to be afraid. Uh-oh, we're kind of getting a bit scared. No, you don't need to. I understand that not having that control that you like as a cardinal sign as well, but as an Aries, as a fire sign, that control that you like. I know that relinquishing that is, it's not your strongest suit, right? It's not something you like to do. And I think what will happen is with this Death card coming in then to the final end of the week, you've got your Eight of Swords. I think you're trying to maintain control, okay? And I gotta reiterate this to you. Let go of the control. Like really do. Like give it up. Give it up to the universe. Say, you know what? I don't know what's going on. Everything I do, it doesn't happen or the doors don't open for me. So universe, take control. Because if you don't, the third card of the Eight of Swords, that's what's going to happen to you. This is air element again. So you're really coming into this truth, talking your own, getting into your own groove thing. But this card is slightly detrimental because what this is a lady who has a wall of swords around her. And these swords are swords of thought. Now, as we know, our inner voice can be a wonderful tool for us. However, it can be highly detrimental because sometimes it's not always on our side. Our inner voice embraces that fear element that we have and it can exacerbate that within ourselves, which, you know, fear grows, it feeds off that. Now, I don't want you to be in this position, Aries, and you don't need to be. And how you won't be, as I said, relinquishing that control, letting it go. Do not build these swords, this wall of thought around you because it's inaccurate. Let the blindfold come down, see it for what it is and go, okay, this is how this week is. I gotta let it go. Really let it go. Do not listen to that inner voice too much. Do not. Trust me, it's, you know, it's not always on your side. Even though it's within you. It's odd, right? So yes, this Eight of Swords, doesn't need to be you. And I want this for you to see it more as a warning rather than this is definitely going to be your energy. Take in your Libra lady, your lovely Justice card, let her take control. As a knock-on effect, Death is going to come in, it's going to get rid of all of that bad energy. And in turn, when you let that wash over you and relinquish control, the Eight of Swords, I trust you, will drop. All of them will drop. Alright Aries, this has been your weekly reading for 17th of April to the 23rd of April. If you dig what I do, please like and subscribe and comment. And as always, this is your Tuatha, this is your tribe, and you are always welcome here. You have a fantastic week, Aries. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.